In today's news, 15 selected to represent the BVI at the inaugural Caribbean Games. Premier Wheatley affirms renewed approach to tourism. And it is time to let the younger generation lead the territory, says Vanterpool. And Sugar Boys and Panthers to face off at the President's Cup this Sunday. We get to these and more stories when 284 News returns.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, I can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this thing like you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I huff. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Well, welcome everyone. It's Thursday, June 23rd, 2022. I'm Kamal Haynes, coming to you live from the beautiful British Virgin Islands. I want to thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Well, we start today's newscast with some news on sports, where the BVI Olympic Committee announced a team of 15 athletes that will be representing the BVI in the inaugural Caribbean Games, which are scheduled to take place in Guadeloupe from June 29th to July 3rd, 2022. Well, the athletes who will compete in the regional under-23 games were introduced by the chef de mission, Ralston Henry, at a press conference held on June 21st at the Department of Youth Affairs and Sports.
In track and field, we have Keandre Campbell. He'll be doing 100. He's not here. He's in. I'm going to name the athletes who are not here that are away. Keandre Campbell in the 100. Ziamora Malone will be in the 4x1 girls and the long jump. Zara Brown would be in the 100 and the 4x1. She's on island, but she had an appointment, so she won't be here today. Here with us in the 100 meter. You wanted to come forward? Yes. In our 100 meter, we have Mikel Basu in the 100 and the 4x1. In the 400, we have two 400 meter runners. Missing is Vadley Sylvester, he's not here. He's in the 4x1 and the 400. And we have Malik John in the 400 and the 4x1. Also in the sprints, we have we have one of the best, I still consider him the best 400 meter hurdler in the world, but this year we have a 110 hurdler going with us in Malik Romney. In the shot put, we have two of my favorites, Jaiman and Jaimonte Gums. In the female, we have Ariana Haid. She will be in the long jump, the javelin, and the triple jump, and some 4x1 duties. And in the 100, we have freshly home from NCAA Championship, along with finalists. Jaimon is Beyonce De Freitas. And our basketball team, who are two girls from our sister island. We have two girls from the sister island, Jolene Bowen and Kitri Smith. Here with us today, as I start off with the coach for now, Miss Joy Victor, as an athlete. We have Miss Shaliqua Foy. And freshly off the plane, coming back from representing us in softball and headed again to basketball now, we have Kiera Woodley.
Well, viewers, that track and field team will be accompanied by coaches Erica Frederick and Eric Mateus and physiotherapist Chester James. Well, Beyonce De Freitas will be the flag bearer at the opening ceremony, which kicks off at the games at 7 p.m. on Thursday, June 29th. Well, speaking on the teams was the president of the BVA Olympic Committee, Mr. Ephraim Penn. Take a listen.
It's indeed a privilege and an honor to be here today to once again begin the journey of taking athletes overseas to compete internationally. It's been a while, the many pandemics, and I know the athletes have been training hard and looking forward to the spirit of competition. We at the Olympic Committee is committed to this purpose. In fact, our mission statement clearly says that to help develop sports in the territory, grow the National Sporting Federation, develop the territory's elite athletes, and cover the attendance of qualifying athletes and their support team at major games. And although this is the first of hopefully many Caribbean games, you guys and ladies are part of history.
Well, meanwhile, Minister for Sports Honorable Shari De Castro shared remarks on the occasion.
Truly, it's always a great feeling when we send our athletes as ambassadors to other places in the region and the world to celebrate and to truly show their Virgin Islands pride. We are very understanding and appreciative of the hard work that goes into our athletes training and getting ready for games such as these, and we want to put the full force of our population behind of you to show the great support. We'll be cheering you on, and we're looking forward to the great work that you'll do there. We know that it takes a lot of hard work, and we want to thank the association and the Olympic Committee, the Department of Youth Affairs and Sports, for the continued initiatives, the funding, the development that goes into ensuring that our athletes continue to train and continue to thrive both locally and internationally.
Well, viewers, 29 countries will be represented by approximately 800 athletes and 200 officials competing in 7 disciplines. Well, those 7 sport disciplines are athletics, basketball 3x3, cycling, futsal, judo, netball, and swimming. But the BVI will be represented in athletics and basketball 3x3. Well, the chef de mission will depart for Guadeloupe on June 25th ahead of the athletes, while coaches and president of the BVI Athletic Association who will leave for the Caribbean Games on June 27th. Well, the closing ceremony will be held on Sunday, June 3rd at 7 p.m. The games can be followed live on the Pan Am Sports channel. Well, moving on, viewers, where Premier and Minister of Finance, Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley, has affirmed a renewed partnership with Virgin Islands tourism stakeholders. Ron Grant has that story.
Premier and Minister of Finance Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Wheatley has affirmed a renewed partnership with Virgin Islands tourism stakeholders. Premier Wheatley, who is also the territory's tourism minister, told industry representatives at a meeting last Friday that the renewed partnership will be reflected in the composition of the new tourist board, which will return to sectorial representation of the industry. He says, I see investment in the industry as a necessary reality to achieve a more sustainable economy. The Premier added, you have a partner in me and my team, a partner who will sit with you, listen to you, collaborate with you, incorporate your ideas, and move swiftly to action on our shared agenda. The discussions covered key areas including marketing, sales and public relations, mega yacht and yachting sector, recalibration, government engagement and communication with the tourism sector, product development initiatives and enhancements, a national tourism strategic plan, and criteria for the selection of members of the BVI Tourist Board. Premier Wheatley said there is much work to be done to improve the Virgin Islands tourism product, especially as it relates to improving the territory's infrastructure, providing reliable service from its utilities, keeping the BVI clean, and providing excellent customer service from key stakeholders such as immigration, customs, the Labor Department, and other government agencies. We must embody the mantra that tourism is everyone's business, he stressed. Premier Wheatley said that the meeting was held to assert that government recognizes the importance of tourism. He added, we will provide the attention and support to the industry which has been reflected, for instance, to financial services, as one of the two main pillars of the economy, as a job creator and revenue generator. I will ensure the tourism industry gets the love it deserves. The tourism minister also said he acknowledges the need to strengthen the provision of government services to the industry. He said, we must communicate our rules, our protocols, our requirements clearly. We must streamline the processes which are unduly erroneous. We must give value for money, and we cannot be expensive and inefficient. We must live up to what we advertise. The Premier further added that the government has been in discussions with different airlines to improve services to the territory, specifically with providing direct air flight between Miami and the Virgin Islands. He said a report on the result of those discussions will be released shortly. The tourism industry stakeholders meeting took place at Little Dix Bay, Virgin Gorda. Premier Wheatley was joined by the representative for the 9th District, the Honorable Vincent Wheatley, Junior Minister for Trade and Economic Development, the Honorable Shireen D. Flax Charles, Junior Minister for Tourism, the Honorable Alvaro Maduro Keynes, Chairperson for the BVI Tourist Board, Mrs. Kenesha Sprov, Director of Tourism, Mr. Clive McCoy, Permanent Secretary in the Premier's Office, Mrs. Carolyn Stout-Igwe, along with other government officials and industry partners representing accommodations, sailing, culinary, cruise, and other key sectors. Reporting for 284 News, Ron Grant.
Well, thank you, Ron. Well, up next, viewers, it is time to let the younger generation lead the territory, says Vanterpool and Sugar Boys and Panthers to face off for the President's Cup this Sunday. But these and more stories when 284 News returns.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
You value traditions. Today, you value music. You value education. Family. I love you. Service.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Love. Life. At Popular, we're committed to you and everything our community values. For the things you value the most, count on us. Popular.
Hello?
Wait, you had a long time again? You say you were sick? What happened to over the rehearsal?
No, babe. I'm actually watching the news right now. Take a listen.
Topping our newscast today, UFOs seen around Tortola Pier Park.
And District 3 residents outraged over no water supply. They simply cannot bathe. These and more stories when 284 News returns. Alright, babe, just get some rest, take 2 Advil, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Okay, honey. I see you later. I love you.
It's clear to see that Coconut Lounge is a place to be, the coolest cocktail lounge in the British Virgin Islands. A lounge like no other, with welcoming, professional service, and a breathtaking ambiance. Not forgetting a diverse selection of wines, beers, and signature cocktails. Cozy, comfortable, contemporary. Coconut Lounge at Tortola Pier Park. Visit us today.
Well, welcome back, viewers. A representative for the 4th Electoral District, Honorable Mark Vanterpool, has said that it is time to let the younger generation lead the territory. Well, Vanterpool made a comment during a recent session of the House of Assembly as he showed his support for young leaders. He said more people should be supportive of younger persons taking up leadership roles in the BVI.
I make it very clear to people that when I reach a certain stage in my career of leadership and sacrificing myself for my country, I must also give opportunity to others to come up behind us and be able to sacrifice themselves for leadership. And therefore, when I speak with people and they say, why are you getting out? I let them know that one of the reasons I'm getting out of office, it's time to let others get involved and help to lead a country. We must have faith to believe that they can. We have given them the tools, but we must give our people the opportunity to lead when they step up to the plate. And therefore, I am always a strong supporter. Many of the members in the House who have recently joined the distinguished leadership roles in our country know that I have spoken to them many times, encouraging them, and I will continue to do so for as long as I can.
Well, Vanterpool, who is also a businessman, spoke about the process he endured to get to the present successful stage that he is at. He said he was given the opportunity at a young age to take up a senior role in a previous job, but instead of being congratulated and encouraged by some of his older colleagues, he said he was met with discouraging words that he had to overcome.
I'm one who's very particular about that because I recall when I was a bank official and the time came and I was relatively young at the time to take up the role of assistant vice president, that there was a lot of objection by some of the leadership of the bank at the time who felt that a young, early 30-year-old, many years ago, gentleman like me should not take that role. And it reminds me many times of that I felt very capable. I think I executed my duties very well. And we want to encourage many young persons, as many young persons that can take these roles, to take them. I'm always mindful, though, Madam Speaker, that image is important, respect is important, and hard work in executing our roles are important. And I want to commend many of our young persons, not just yourself, Madam Speaker, in the House today, who are taking leadership roles, who are executing, who are doing very well. We want to encourage them to do so.
Well, viewers, Vanterpool has expressed that he will not be contesting in the next general elections as he believes it is time that someone younger takes up the role. He has served in the political arena for some 23 years. Moving on to some more sports, viewers, where Sugar Boys FC will face off against Panthers FC in the final of the President's Cup this Sunday, June 26th at the East End Long Luck Football Playing Field. Well, Sugar Boys, who are the National League champions, recorded a 2-0 victory over Wolves FC last weekend in one of the two semifinals, with goals from Roland Roberts in the first half and Alexandro Sanchez in the last minute of the game. Well, speaking on the victory was Sugar Boys' Daryl Whitehead, who said, and I quote, "Wolves have to develop into a very competitive team over the years and are certainly not a walkover. Well, they, like us, are a team that plays together, and for the first 25 minutes, it was very intense. We tried to keep the ball and pass it around to open them up. Both teams created chances, though luckily, we were able to capitalize on ours. But the victory was very important, and we now look forward to meeting the Panthers in the final, who is also a very good team," end quote. For the second semi-final game, Panthers handed Rebels FC a 5-0 defeat thanks to a super strikers Nigel Sanderson and Wayne Phillips, who scored 2 goals apiece. Well, Phillips spoke after the game, stating, and I quote, "It was a real team effort with everyone playing responsibly. We played physically in the middle and our defense was as strong as ever, and that allowed Nigel and myself just to go at them. We are looking forward to the final with a lot of confidence, and we will be training hard so we can be victorious, end quote. Well, viewers, up next, the BVI Tourist Board's Junior Tourism Week winners share their stories. And which Mitchell will lead? Grenadians head to the polls. Well, we get to those two stories after a word from our sponsors.
The beautiful Virgin Islands, or nature's little secret as some prefer, where the weather stays warm and the drinks stay cold, where men in wigs get their lawyer bills paid by governments and governments lose planes, where walls are built and prisoners escape. You vacation where we suffer. BVI love.
There's a reason you get up on a morning. A reason you pick yourself up, start the day. Maybe it's sheer grit. Maybe it's your ethics. Maybe it's because you know people like you are waiting. For people just like you. We all have our reasons, and for Republic Bank, that reason is you. Every little thing, every big thing. It's all about making a difference in your life. Because after 182 years, if it's one thing we're sure about, is that the difference is you. We're here to help.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Is business slow, cash flow down, hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media at cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
Well, welcome back, viewers. Well, the BVI Tourist Board's Junior Tourism Week winners were recently sat down with our Ron Grant for an exclusive interview, sharing their experiences and chronicling their journey to becoming winners in the various competitions. Wadisha Skelton and Trishelle Dawson, winners of the Junior Ambassador of Tourism and the Table Scraping competitions, respectively, had this to share.
What was the preparation like for you, Ms. Dawson, leading up to this competition? Of course, you worked with florists and event designers. Tell us about that experience.
Well, it was a good experience. It was very fun and educational. I met new people and I learned new things. With my designer, Janelle Letsom, and her team, I got a lot of things done and I opened my mind for new designs and ideas that I wanted to do.
Now, is there anything, Ms. Dawson, that you learned about yourself during this competition that you didn't know perhaps you had the potential to do?
Actually, yes. I am camera shy, and doing this competition really opened my eyes that if you put yourself first and don't think on what other people have to say, you can achieve a lot. Just put your mind to it.
Wonderful, and now you're doing interviews, so that's helping the process as well. Ms. Skelton, the Junior Ambassador of Tourism competition, you represented the Elmore Stout High School. I want to talk about your preparation and who were some of the key people that worked with you to prepare for your presentation.
Well, it was a very tiring experience having to balance my schoolwork and practice my speech, but I got through it. I was very excited. My teacher, Mr. Foy, helped me, and yeah.
Wonderful. So, a part of your winnings, tell us about your representation, not only locally, but what are some of the events that you're expected to attend now as the winner of the Junior Ambassador of Tourism?
Well, I'm not sure of all of them, but I recently attended the chef competition, and it was amazing. I loved to see the action. I smelled the food. It smelled delicious. It was very exciting.
But meanwhile, champion of the Junior Chef Showdown, Stephen Spencer, spoke passionately about earning respect for his craft by winning the title.
I know I have to prove people wrong, and the one thing with me is if you don't believe that I could do something, that's up to you, but I am going to prove you wrong, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. So I was never giving up. Although I wanted to enough times, my mom used to stand in the midst and be like, nope, don't give up. Keep praying and keep going. So that's what I've been doing.
Great advice. What would you say to young and upcoming culinary professionals, chefs like yourself, who are looking at you as an example, they're interested in the field? What would you say to them?
Keep going. No matter how tough it gets, no matter how hard it looks, just keep going. Don't give up on something that is very, like a different life, something that can bring you far. Don't ever give up on your dreams. Don't give up on anything, to be honest. Culinary is an amazing field. It can bring you places that you only dream of. And right now I'm living that dream, and all I could do is say thank you to Tourist Board for the opportunity.
And then speaking of living that dream, you are the BVI Junior Chef Showdown champion. I have to commend you again. Congratulations. Tell us about the journey and how that has been for you, the preparation particularly.
The preparation for the show was a lot of preparation for me because it was like, it actually required me to actually start back studying and researching. I don't really do that. So it was like, okay, since it's a competition and you have to sell yourself and make everybody enjoy your craft, I was like, you know what, time to practice, time to make everything better. So I've been practicing a lot, I've been studying a lot, my nerves been high, emotions been all over the place. Sometimes I didn't know how to think, sometimes I didn't know how to behave, but it was an amazing journey, I can't lie. It was something fun, and I was encouraged a lot of my peers to enter next year. It is fun.
Persons can watch that full interview on all our 284 media platforms. Well, moving on to our final story, viewers, where Grenadians head to the polls to decide which Mitchell will be their Prime Minister for the next 5 years. Well, incumbent Prime Minister Keith Mitchell of the ruling New National Party is hoping to be re-elected for a 6th term as Prime Minister. He is also seeking a 3rd election victory in a row, having won all 15 constituencies in the 2013 and 2018 general elections. Meanwhile, attorney-at-law Deacon Mitchell, the political leader of the National Democratic Congress, is hoping to oust the NNP and become Grenada's next Prime Minister. But both the NNP and NDC have offered up candidates for all 15 seats. In the last 2 general elections held, the NNP had a clean sweep against the NDC. It is their manifesto that is promising to improve housing, jobs, a startup for small businesses, and further assistance for those in the information technology and communication sector as an aid to farmers, tourism, and the health sectors. On the other hand, Deacon Mitchell's NDC said its vision and plan are for a sustainable, equitable, and prosperous Grenada, with the OAS Electoral Observation Mission Team and a team of election observers from CARICOM are in Grenada to monitor those elections. Well, polling precincts opens at 6 a.m. and will close at 5 p.m. Well, viewers, that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com and like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Kamal Haynes, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Brilliant Hands and Minds Tutoring Services, one-on-one tutorials in math and English, intense homework assistance, academic enrichment, school projects, effective communication and public speaking development, sign language for adults and children on Saturdays only. Registered with the Virgin Islands High School Certificate Program, Brilliant Hands and Minds can help you too. Offering intense curriculum-based training to help you or your loved ones get their high school diploma. It's time to make your family's education a #1 priority. Hurry, space is limited.
The wait is over! CCT Fire is here! Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT Fiber network. CCT Fire, bring it home and upgrade today.